Round one review, a You're Kidding Me moment of the round and a You're Kidding Me guaranteed of the week is opening round and advantage and reaction to the AFL biggest hits. This is the You're Kidding Me podcast.
You're kidding me. I can't see the footy. Can't see the footy. So he's gone and his pants during the second quarter. 2, 1. Darcy Jones. Yeah, thank you very much. Patrick Cripps, you're an idiot.
You're an idiot. Actually, it gets me excited. As a Freo fan, it gets me excited.
It gets you up and about. It's literally a you're kidding me moment.
Hello. Episode 19 of the You're Kidding Me podcast. My name is Ryan, as always, and joined with my fellow soldier, Tony, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. Other than the fact that been copping it a bit on the
been getting smashed, mate. Fully deserved. Listeners who don't know, there was a clip recently that got out about Tony saying Eagles are going to win 7 games, and currently he's blowing up with about probably 30k on TikTok.
But can I just say, right? I see all your comments. I see all you laughing at me, taking the piss out of me, saying I'm delusional, saying I'm an idiot. But at the end of the day, mate, I stay strong to the things I say, and I never back down on them. I'm not going to be one
never back down.
Even though they might be outrageous and completely cooked, I don't care.
That's fair. At least you don't back down from your comments, mate. I do respect that, but that was a shocking take, especially the Fremantle one. You've got slammed in the comments to that, but it's a bit of laughter.
Okay, honestly, if we actually win 7 games and we beat Freo, I am going to respond to every single one of those comments with a video of me just not even saying anything, just going like that, and just saying, "I told you so."
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. I would respect it. Anyway, footy season is underway finally for, just in general. It feels like, for me anyway, it feels a little bit weird, footy season starting this early. I think for me, it still feels like BBL season and cricket season. The summer went too quick, and I'm very heartbroken about it. But going on from that, round one happened. A lot of, interesting games. I think there was a lot of blowouts, especially from 3 of the games. Hawks winning by 62 against the Dons. Bulldogs winning against 81 against GWS, and the Suns obviously beating your fellow Eagles by 59. Not really any surprises. I think maybe GWS, but I think the main thing is obviously without Tom Green as well.
Yeah, GWS was an interesting one because I really like GWS. They're actually my second favourite team. And I didn't tip them for some reason. And they ended up, obviously winning. But yeah, you are right. A few blowouts. And interesting for that round one. It will be, right now, as we're recording, we've got the Adelaide and Bulldogs game right now. I don't actually know what the score is, but last time I checked, it was pretty close. But yeah, we'll see if this week has any blowouts.
Yeah, look, it was, a pretty good, round. I think the most surprising one for me personally was North Melbourne, obliterating Port. Like, even though we say, Port's going to be in the downfall, and I understand, but they do have Zach Butters and they do have Connor Rosie as well, but I think just in general, it was a very, very big statement by the Roos. And for you boys especially, going into this round, I'd be pretty scared.
Oh, not at all. Why would I be scared?
I don't know.
The hell?
I just think she's going to have a little fun. Anyway.
And then
also Adelaide upsetting Collingwood at the G. I think that's pretty interesting. And, Adelaide looking good again as last year.
Yeah.
Which is always good to see, but, we'll see. Yeah.
Hang on a second. Collingwood actually won that game.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and the only reason.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, and the only reason I see that is because I remember when we did our last episode, I said I tipped Collingwood to win.
They did. Wait,
yeah.
Why did I write that down?
no, that's okay. I think it's because you wanted Adelaide to win, and
Are you shit?
Hang on, what am I thinking
of?
Oh no!
What are you doing? Oh my God.
I've just
restart it.
Just restart the whole episode. I thought Collingwood.
Get a grip, mate.
I thought Collingwood had that one. I think I must be thinking of opening round where they won.
That's poor from you, mate. That's absolutely.
Yes, sorry. That's no. So when they beat St Kilda, that's what I was thinking.
I was like,
no. I was sorry. I was thinking of when they beat St Kilda opening round, because that's when you said, "Oh, St Kilda definitely win that," and I said no because their last quarter are good. But
yeah, fair. I mean, Saints lost again, to be fair. So not looking good, bruv. I didn't say they were going to be the top Melbourne team. Anyway, we're going to go on from our teams. Obviously, if you're new around here, we both live in WA, which means we both go for 2 WA sides. I go for Freo. Tony goes to Eagles. Unlucky, mate. Anyway, I think we're going to start off with Fremantle.
Yeah.
Look, heartbreaking. As much as it is, it's, again, another game that, we lose.
Well, all I'm going to say is, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, look.
That's all I'm going to say.
I don't know, man. Look, I think we had a really, really strong game. And you look in the grand scheme of things, I think it'd take a lot of it out of it and a lot of out of the game.
Yeah.
And this just didn't go right. I feel like we just didn't do stuff that we should have. I feel like a couple of things, like picking Darcy, was a bit stupid when he played 40.
He just looks unfit.
But he that's the thing. He played 46% time on ground, and I understand. He's on limited minutes, but don't play him. It's round one. Let's not play him. Give another injury, give him another break, and then Alex Pearce playing as well when he's on limited minutes as well. Like, this is the shit. It's like, why do we not, pick Mason Cox? I know I thought I'd never ever say that, by the way.
Yeah,
pick Mason Cox, but I think he's shown throughout the whole preseason why he should be in the starting 23, and we haven't given it to him, which sucks. And
I agree with you. I'm sure you were going to mention this, if not now, later. But I mean, let's not beat around the bush. Hayden Young, with the hummy.
I don't know.
It's becoming a real concern.
Yeah, he's the Elliot Yeo of Fremantle at this rate. I think he's made out of glass. Like, that's the real thing.
Is it the same hammy that he keeps doing, or is it just?
I don't know. He's actually in my uni class. Elliot Yeo.
Really? Oh yeah, you told me. No, you did tell me that.
Anyway, we're doing uni work. But anyway, besides that, Elliot Yeo out. Elliot Yeo. Hayden Young out. Big loss.
Please not again.
Just made out of glass. But it's okay. I think it's only 1 to 2 weeks. Hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah. It happened last time. Didn't play half the year. But Chris Sherry comes in for his debut. Now, this is really interesting because he was an SSP signing.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be another Patrick Voss situation. He looks
you
good.
Reckon?
He was in Peel's best for the Pracky match the other day.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. He looks like a small forward, it's kind of like a Switter, I reckon.
Yeah.
A young Switter, which is what we need, a little aggressive small forward. And obviously there was good points to take out of the Cats game. Let's just say something.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Luke Jackson, I think he was unreal.
Yeah.
I think he was probably one of our best on ground. Probably did get a Brownlow vote, I would say. Probably in the one. I think Carl Warner, Matthew Reid, Sarong. But I reckon, honestly, duds. Kicked 3.
Yeah, he was good.
And
he was good, yeah.
Bro, the second one when he was like at the point post, got rid of it. So I think, as much as we lost, there's a lot of positives coming out.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
The next 2 games for Fremantle, Demons and Richmond. Now, Richmond I'm fine with, whatever. Demons, though. I'm scared.
We'll get to that.
I'm scared.
We'll get to that.
We'll go to Eagles now.
Yeah. Now, look, just before I say anything about the Eagles, I saw a comment based, I guess it was targeted at maybe you and me, but it said that they reckon that we sniff glue in Perth because of some about because of my take. But look, here's what I'll say about the Eagles. Yeah, look, I was watching it and the first half, I'm like, man, it's just the same old Eagles. This is really disappointing. And yeah, the first half was pretty ugly. The second half, however, we actually came out with a different mindset, a different approach. Well, it looked like it anyway. And we actually played quite well. And I will just say a lot of talk has been about him here in WA especially, but all around the league, is Milan Murdoch, our pickup in the off-season from East Fremantle in the Waffle.
He picked up 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, and he's already our best player. So I will. I just want to say 2 things about this. One, really happy for him, and I remember actually watching him in the Waffle a lot of times, and he was so good. I remember him being so dominant in the Waffle. I'm serious. I actually remember watching him, and I always thought It'd be cool if he was in the AFL, but I didn't obviously think he'd come to the Eagles. Now he is with the Eagles and he's playing very well in his first game anyway. And but the most impressive thing wasn't that he kicked 2 goals and had 22 possessions. It wasn't that. For me, it was his attitude on the field. He's 25 years old. He's a mature waffle player coming into the AFL system. He's been with the club for 2 weeks. His want for the ball, his aggression, he was getting in their faces, getting in Mac Andrews' face. He was picking our boys up. He was talking to our ruckman. The stuff that our senior players should be doing, I'm not going to name names, but they should be doing, which he was doing. And he's a 25-year-old player who's been with the club for 2 weeks. So I'm like, that's really good to see because we need more of that. Every team has a bit of a pest, like a Toby Green, someone that gets in the faces. This could be our guy. This could be our guy that gets in the opposition's faces and really pisses everyone off. It's what we need. And but it begs the question, how many more of these other players, which I think you were going to bring up anyway later in this episode, is how many more of these players out there in the waffle system or in this, around this mature age are there that can get picked up? And are we missing some of them? And I think, mate, Geelong have been doing it for so long. They've been drafting these mature age players and they develop them and they're so good instead of going for the young 18-year-olds and all that. So maybe Eagles or every AFL team should start looking at the waffle, the Sandfield, who's getting 40 every week, 25-year-olds.
Yeah, it's actually very interesting. When you do look at it, the amount of waffle players that, probably could make an AFL list. I mean, we look at probably the VFL with, that bloke who, what's his name? Tom Brew.
Yeah.
He could probably play in an AFL list and, they don't give that opportunity, but, he's got an opportunity as a 25-year-old. And, imagine how much mental strain he's had for not getting picked in AFL, being snubbed over and over, and then getting picked and now actually performing well. It's life-changing. So I'm very happy for him as well. But obviously, you've had some roads this week. Harry Edwards, lean back at Tim Keller come in for Tom Cole, Marek and Josh Lindsay.
Yeah, Josh Lindsay. So I think it's just one of those games.
Do you reckon Lindsay was shit, or do you reckon?
No,
not
at all.
I reckon he might be. I've got a feeling he's sore.
Yeah, I think that might be part of it, but I also think it's he's obviously a player that's going to take time to develop. It was his first AFL game. This is a game that we see we can win. You might laugh at that, but I think we can win it. I'm very confident. I've tipped us, and I just think we want our best experienced players playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why we've kind of switched that up a bit. So I don't take that as he's been dropped because he's not performing.
Yeah.
The guy's played one game.
I think one thing I did see, actually, I think what really actually concerns me about your list the most is Flynn.
Yeah.
And I think he's also in your senior group. He's in your leadership group. And with Bailey J. Williams coming back from that quad, in about 2 to 3 weeks, I think I saw.
Yep.
Does that beg the question, is he out? And he probably is. If he doesn't show up against Cherry on the weekend, he's out of the team.
Yeah.
And it's not great from your leadership group, in my respect, anyway. Dev Robertson was good as well, but just tackle.
Yeah, I think, I've got him on fantasy as well.
Anyway, Eagles got North and Port. What do you see in the next couple?
We beat North and then we lose to Port.
Yeah, fair, I reckon. Yeah. Anyway, I think Fremantle personally, Richmond will be a walk over the park. Demons I'm scared of because the picket. Oh, Jesus Christ! And why is there 2 of them? One was enough, and now there's 2. This is the thing. It's not like if he touches it 15 times, it's 15 good touches. It's not like a Scott Pendlebury, 15. It's not like a Tom Mitchell, 40 touch disposal, 25. Cheap kit, yeah. Anyway, we're going to move on. I've had enough. Anyway, we're going to go to the Your Kidding Me moment of the round. I'll be doing this segment, I think, from...
Yes.
For a little bit.
I love this segment, man. We haven't done this for a while.
We haven't.
To be honest, we haven't been able to because there hasn't been any AFL.
True. It's spawn AFL. We can't spawn AFL.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to go Your Kidding Me moment of the round. I think it's not really obvious, but it's Errol getting injured. Again, I think... It showed against last night against the Hawks. Obviously, Heaney was got rested as well because they got a bye next week. But it's just sad to see. Errol being injured again.
Can't catch a break.
He just can't. And now he's got surgery for his shoulder and he's the most important player.
And when he's in that side, they are so good.
Like I said, it showed against the Hawks. They lost against the Hawks. And, Hawks... Good team, not much chop though.
He's kind of like what Will Day is to the Hawks.
Yes.
In a way.
Yes, I do agree with that. Where it's the most influential player, and I just feel sorry for him, man. It's just another long injury. He was injured last year.
What's it, 4 months or something?
Yeah, for his shot. And it's like, he was made for fantasy, man.
Yeah, I think a lot of people got stitched up with that.
And then I was like, I got Ed Richards, but he's killing it. So
yeah.
That's my York Timmy moment of the round.
Yeah.
Just quickly, Bulldogs won against Crows.
Oh, I knew they would.
94 to 88.
I knew they would. Thank you very much. Everyone laughed at me as well for tipping them. It's
94,
all right.
They won by a goal, man.
Mate. Oh, okay. It's actually closer than I thought it would be.
Adelaide Oval, Jesus.
Mate, Bulldogs, I know what I said before the season, but obviously it changes as you watch games. I think they finish in top 6.
Yeah, right. Cool. Awesome. Let's move on.
All right. You don't have to agree with me.
I actually don't. I don't mind that.
Come on.
I don't mind that.
Oh, mate. Seriously. Anyway, we'll move on.
Go on.
Well, mate, I think this one is yeah. I'm just gonna say it now. I'm just gonna say,
introduce a segment, or
yeah. So well, I'm gonna skip something here because I just want to say it. All right. So this is my this is my guarantee.
So this is your Kimmy guarantee of the round. Rounds coming up.
This is the you're kidding me guarantee of this round. Melbourne destroy Freo by 4 goals.
It's not as
Actually, no. 6 goals. 6 goals. I reckon 6 goals. And like, I reckon you guys are gonna get thumped like so bad. That's my guarantee. I guarantee it happens.
Oh, shut up.
No. But sorry. Let's just rewind like 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, no, I'm worried.
To you saying you're worried.
I'm worried, but we're not getting a smash with 6 goals. It's just not happening.
But you're the type of team with that mental strength, mate. Yeah. I think I see it happening. I don't know why.
Horrible take.
Okay, we'll see. Well, it's my guarantee. Sorry, and guarantee means it's going to happen.
Yeah, sure, buddy.
So we'll see.
My guarantee is North Melbourne will score 200 points. That's what you're basically saying, mate.
No way.
What's the other one?
Well, that's my guarantee.
What's the other one? Didn't you have another one?
No, I'm going to stick with that one because my.
What's your other one?
Oh, look, the other one isn't really a big one. I think the other one is more just like, I think some people would agree with me. It's that St Kilda start 0-3.
Yeah.
I think GWS get it done. And it'll be disappointing. It'll be really disappointing because they broke the bank. They broke the bank on that.
I don't know. It's just like you can't, we've seen so many teams, you can't have a million superstars,
You got to gel.
And you can't just fill in the guts with, so much potential or so much good players and then you expect it to be so good. It just doesn't work like that. I wish it did, but you should have gel a little bit. Like we look at Freo.
And you know what? That they might gel. Give it, maybe till round 10. They might all of a sudden bang.
You never know.
And they click, but we got to see.
Yeah. Oh, look, I don't mind that from you, Tony. I don't like the Freo one, but
obviously it's Freo, so I know you're not going to like it. True. But it is what it is, mate.
Anyway, I'll get a little question for you, mate. So, do you think opening round is an advantage for teams that play, and then disadvantage for teams that don't play?
I think this is simple. Yes, 100% it's an advantage.
Why?
Okay, especially at that level of sport, and you could take this into account any level of, obviously footy in this context, you have these teams that are getting a week head start of games into them. They're getting run in their legs. They're getting that feel again. They're getting rid of the cobwebs, right? That they need to get rid of. And they're going into round 1 against teams that haven't done that yet, right? And that can be a big thing, especially at the elite level of AFL. That can be a real big thing. Teams can go and analyse. They can watch tape and be like, we did this wrong, we did this right. Bang. That's 7 days. They go back to the next game and they've changed those things that they did in opening round. That's an advantage that the opposition team hasn't been able to do. So I think opening round, I think you said it, it's a money grab in a few episodes ago. I think you've said it multiple times on this podcast. So I agree with you. I think they need to get rid of it and just keep it simple, man. Like round 1, sick. Okay. You can still call it opening round.
Yeah.
But like just why does it have to be these selected teams? Like,
yeah, I agree. I think it is an advantage, but also I reckon it can also be disadvantage. the reasoning before, like, in my sense as well, a disadvantage, the bye comes into play like round 2. You know, for example, Collingwood would be fit and firing, you know, round 2. Or like a team's 2-0, you know, bye straight away, bang, you know, that lose the momentum. Mm-hmm. Also, I think, you know, footage of the game as well. So, for example, if you're an analyzer, you know, we're versing Eagles in round 1, they played round 0, we can analyse their game, which is, you know, a small little thing, but I do reckon it is a massive advantage. And it like, even, you know, I know JL got slammed in the media for it, but it's the truth, realistically. They're having a game in front of you. You know, anyone who's at a high level of amateur sport or even amateur level knows that if a team plays, you know, a game before you and you haven't played the week before, you know you're not match fit. And it's just like, you know, for example, imagine if, you know, we were playing footy and then a team didn't have any preseason games and one team had 2.
Yeah.
Like, even though it's 2 games, but still, you still have the cobwebs to get rid out of. And look, I know our first quarter was amazing. It was great, but it is an advantage. And it kind of showed at the back end, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Longmire, I think the way he kind of went about it, I don't know the context of the question, I only saw the clip, but he's obviously gone like after a loss and said that, right? If I was a coach, I wouldn't be straight away saying, "Oh yeah, it's an advantage them having opening round."
But you know what? I think it's a good thing as well, because now he's like, he hasn't beat around the bush. He just said it straight away.
Yeah, I get it, but he should be focusing on other things like, okay, why did we lose that game? How can we do this better? Not, oh, they have an advantage because they had opening round. I agree with him, but I don't think he should have been the person to say it, and the timing of when he said it is kind of shit.
Yeah.
But I think we need to see that change. And and actually that does bring me to another question, because obviously this season has so many of these new things coming into the AFL, you know, rule changes and just, you know, contracts, and everything's changing. It's evolving, the game, in good ways and bad ways. People obviously agree to disagree, but a question is, with the rule changes that have been put in place, what's your opinion on, like, so far, just the games you've watched? Do you think it's made a big change on how the game is played?
I'll be honest, I haven't really watched much footy.
Oh,
like I've had cricket finals and
fair enough,
stuff to go. But the games,
so you haven't actually sat down and watched like a full game?
Not really. No, I reckon I've watched maybe 4 quarters.
Oh right.
I've been like either really busy.
Not even Freo. You didn't watch Freo?
I couldn't.
Oh,
I was playing.
Yeah. Oh damn.
So
okay. Well, all right. This weekend.
Well, I'll ask you the question. Do you reckon there's a little bit of a change?
Nah. Well, that's the thing. Like, I think it's like, people go on in the off season and the preseason so much, like, oh, it's game's gone, and like what the hell is this rule change? And it's like, mate, it gets to it, and you watch the game, and it's like nothing's different. Like, it's just a normal game of AFL. If anything, that last touched off the foot or whatever rule in between the arcs, that's made the game way better. It's just made the game faster, better to watch. In ways, probably better to play.
Is it? Wait, sorry. In between the arcs, is it like?
So okay.
I actually
the 50s, right? In between there, if you have.
So I thought it was in the arc.
No.
So I was like,
because that'd be so unfair.
Yeah, but that's what I thought, and then I got absolutely slammed for it. Like, I said on Thursday, I was watching the last bit of the footy on my career club, and I was like, last touch, and everyone's like, what the fuck? And who's this guy? And I was like, what? And then he explained,
You're an idiot. Yeah. You're an idiot. Nah, but it's not like off the hand, it's off the boot touch. So it's like, if anything, all it does, it gets rid of the umpires from calling deliberate.
Yeah.
So, and that's another thing I was thinking, when is the next time we're going to see someone called deliberate? It's going to be super rare, because it's they've pretty much eradicated it because of this. Deliberate's still a rule, but it's going to be rare.
There was a deliberate for rush behind.
Yeah, but that was fair enough. That was fair enough.
Yeah. I was like,
come on.
I was like, deliberate.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Mate, well, I think we're going to finish with something a little bit fun here. A little bit of a shorter episode today, but mate, this one is good, and I'm surprised we actually haven't done this, because I mean, funny enough, isn't it the York Academy 1 year anniversary?
It is, isn't it?
Oh, we should have mentioned that off the bat.
Oh, well, shit. It was actually 1 year.
Yeah, you brought it up to me. Yeah, mate. don't know if I'll be on camera, but yeah, no, it's 1 year.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I think we'll just quickly just address it because you actually brought it up to me. It's been 1 year. I'm like, what the hell?
It's fat.
Like, I think we've come a long way in terms of like when you look at 1 year ago what you're doing on the podcast, even the way we spoke and like certain
clips,
things.
man, is so shit.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's not great, but I think it's cool. Like, you know, we've got our own studio now, and some of the like the support group we've kind of built, and you know, across all different social media platforms. It's actually really cool. And like Ryan and I, like, you know, obviously we love coming in and recording this, even though we're not the most consistent. I think we really enjoy it and we have fun, you know, bantering with you guys in the comments and interacting with you guys. So the year's been awesome.
I don't know. It's weird because, you know, if you told me a year and a half ago if I was owning a podcast, I'd tell you you're kicking yourself. And
yeah, you're kidding.
I think in general for me, it's actually made me grow up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like if you look at all the photos and the stuff, I've actually really matured from the podcast, and, you know, hats off to you for pitching the idea, you know, giving you credit. And, you know, I've had fun. I mean, I think I've really enjoyed being a part of something so special, you know, and then this whole year, you know, it's kind of changed a lot of things, to be honest.
Yeah.
And, you know, just being, you know, just a couple things, you know, getting mentioned in public, you know, and even like as a joke. And it's like, look, people are like, oh, does that actually happen? You know, it does. And, you know, I actually love it because it's fun. Like,
it's pretty crazy.
It's like, it's just cool. And, you know, I don't know. I know, like, obviously the podcast has actually helped me grow. You know, obviously I had my stuff at the start and you know about that. And then it kind of helped me through a little period. And then I feel like I've got a lot out of it and I've actually grown to a better person now. So, you know, from a podcast, I thought you would never know that. So,
yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah,
so,
man.
Happy 1 year. Here's hopefully to many more.
You know what we do need to do? We do need to get a cake and throw it.
Yeah, that's... So you want to get a mud cake
I reckon we do it like now.
What do you mean now, bro?
Stop the episode.
yeah, just go to Woolies and grab it. Oh my God. Okay, maybe I'll clip this up. I don't know. If you guys are listening to the full episode, maybe you can DM us or whatever. But like, if you want us to get... This is your idea, by the way. If you want us to get a mud cake from Woolies and throw it at each other to celebrate 1 year, we'll do it. Like, I'll
just get a full mouth.
Just chuck it at my face.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on. Congrats on
congrats on 1 year.
One round around, one lap around the world, mate.
Yeah.
One
lap around the world.
Sorry, what's it called? The solar system, around the sun, mate.
The Milky Way.
Yeah. One lap around it, mate.
No, it's good.
But hopefully to many more.
Yes.
Anyway, we're going to move on.
Yeah.
To our last part of this, we're going to react to the AFL biggest hits. And this is actually, we didn't even realise this, but it's from a video. It's from our good mates at StatChat. They are unbelievable what they do.
You did a little collab with them?
I did a little collab. Absolutely killed it in the trivia. Lost. And then, they're unbelievable what they do. Definitely go check them out. Hopefully they do collab this post as well. But, you know, let's react for a little bit.
It's about 6 minutes. We'll do about a minute.
We'll do about a minute. We'll say, but thanks to you for StatChat for doing this 3 years ago.
Yeah. So, here we go.
You're right. They could get him fit and playing well, or suddenly it looks...
Bro, that's not funny.
He's sleeping.
That's actually one of the worst I've ever seen.
Look.
Bro, how many weeks do you reckon that is now?
You hear that? He's snoring.
I reckon that's 6 weeks suspension now.
Yeah, this one's bad.
Oh, that's 6 weeks suspension.
Bro, it's going on. He's not moved. See, the thing is, Gary Ablett pushes him as well, which doesn't help.
No, but the guy's an absolute idiot.
Stephen May.
He's an idiot.
Oh, he's actually retired, didn't he? We didn't even talk about that. Stephen May retired.
What a knob, mate. I'm sorry doing that.
That's just so...
Oh, the umpire.
No, I was at this game.
Actually.
Yes, I was. It was a Freo's home game. It was, I do remember that.
Wait, what's he doing?
I actually remember that. I do remember that game.
And he delivers it long. Out comes Buddy.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
crunched Nathan Wilson.
Another Freo.
Wilson
Bloody
in the
hell.
air, and he came through, and Nathan Wilson, he's up, he's proppy. He'd be feeling
The fact he actually got up to that.
Right
Look at Luke
now
Ryan.
because of Buddy.
Damn, full on just dropped him.
Who was that? Was that Sherry? Or?
Don't know.
Coming in and stoning the skipper.
Cherry.
Opportunity to lose this game, and they have just really struggled.
Damn, full on just dropped his shoulder into
Poor
him.
action. It was way late. He saw him. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Oh,
Over the header, Hunter Clark.
Oh, that's bad.
Clark is not moving on the ground.
Yeah, damn.
sleeping.
You want to do one more?
No, we'll be slow. It's all right.
Just
We'll stop it there. But damn, those are some crazy hits. Thanks, Dutch, for putting that together.
Thank you.
I think I remember watching that like in school once.
Probably.
Like, but yeah, no, it's a good compilation. Some crazy hits in there.
Definitely, man. I mean, I just miss the old footy like that.
See, but any of
But
those
also,
is
like, that's
6
like
weeks.
Yeah, it's like 10 weeks.
Yeah, probably more. Probably more.
Anyway, that wraps us up, I think. A bit of a
Yes.
shorter one. Oh, half-a. It's not bad. Anyway, that wraps us up for the Your Could Be podcast, episode 19. Obviously, follow us on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok.
I think that's everything. Spotify. I think you said
Said
that.
that,
Yeah.
said
YouTube,
that, said that,
Instagram,
said that,
TikTok.
said that.
Yeah, that's everything.
Yeah, we're good. Anyway, thank you again for listening to the Your Could Be podcast. My name is Ryan, and with Tony, and we will talk to you later in the big 2-0.